Are you tired of streaming services that are actually real and provide real services and aren't just a satirical wrapper for the latest iteration of a video game franchise? Well, then Binge Pipe is for you.
I had a great time on our date tonight.
You want to come inside and watch something?
I know what that means.
I've got Binge Pipe.
The only streaming service better than casual sex?
The very same.
Prepare your body for enjoyment with this upcoming Binge Pipe programming.
Hey guys, welcome back to another unboxing video. Let's check out what we have today.
Binge Pipe is revolutionizing main menu screens. Some people said Binge Pipe was crazy for launching a streaming service inside a party pack of 5 games and offering no way to actually monetize it. And we're taking that under advisement. Binge Pipe, we're open to constructive criticism.
Before Binge Pipe, there was nothing for me. Now, I see everything. And it's too much. I know too much. Why are there so many?
Binge Pipe.
The following Binge Pipe content is sponsored by the Roller Coaster Attendant Society, which reminds you to always... injury or death.
So we did some digging, and Kara, the guy...
Binge Pipe is honored to be the new home of You Don't Know Jack. Binge Pipe, consumer ranked between VHS tapes and watching grass grow.
I'm Cookie Masterson, and I have no idea why they call them boyfriend jeans. These things are way too tight on me. Just the two of us? Well, we can make it if we try, but I'm not gonna try that hard. All right, here we go.
Time for question 1.
First question. It's 2018, and I'm still writing tired jokes on my checks. I love sending money with Venmo because the descriptions my friends put in their transactions are always so funny. If the United States purchase of the Virgin Islands was recorded in Venmo, what hilarious description would you see? The U.S. paid Spain for hot sex, the U.S. paid France for erotic dance, the U.S. paid England for porn shoot, or the U.S. paid Denmark for butt stuff? Okay, what'd you pick? Anybody got change for a wrong answer? It was this one all along. In 1917, the U.S. bought the Virgin Islands from the Danes for a cool $25 million. But really, it should have been $25,004 because the U.S. said it didn't want any of the fries Denmark ordered, but then when they came, they went to town on them.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Next, heavy is the head that wears the toy crown. Who was a real boss baby? King Tutankhamun, Joan of Arc, Alexander the Great, or Mary Queen of Scots? I love this part. Right. About now you should feel ashamed. Should have picked this. Mary became Queen of Scotland when she was only 6 days old. That's one of those facts you tell 10-day-olds to make them feel old.
Why don't we do it with 3?
Introducing obligatory Uranus pun. But there's no time for wordplay. It's a dis or dat. I'm gonna list off some planets from our solar system, but also some Sex and the City characters. For each one, you'll tell me if they've got a ring or if There's not a ring, and ring in this case meaning wedding band or floating circle of space debris. Answer quick, you'll only have a few seconds to choose between ring or no ring. All set? Here we go. Saturn. Charlotte. Jupiter. Mars. Miranda. Samantha. Venus. I'm sure you tried real hard, which makes it sadder. Now let's keep going.
I don't need you anymore.
Feast your eyes upon this. Star Accords. If the nations of Earth convinced Star Wars villain Kylo Ren to sign the real-life Outer Space Treaty, which of these evil acts would he still be able to commit without breaking it? Sending a spy droid to Mars without UN approval, launching a third Death Star to Earth's orbit, building a Starkiller base on the Moon, or claiming Pluto in the name of the First Order? Hope you like what you picked. Nope, weapons of mass destruction are not allowed in space, and neither are tired plot devices. The correct answer is, all these other evil schemes would be prohibited by the Outer Space Treaty, but the treaty specifically states that any nation can explore space, the moon, and other celestial bodies. So sending up a robot wouldn't break any rules. These aren't the droids you're looking for, they're the droids looking for you. Next up, expressionist yourself. If painter Edvard Munch shared his most popular work on social media today, what would he caption it? I'm dead, I'm screaming, I'm crying, or I'm shook. And how do we do? Munch is the creator of the famous series of expressionist paintings, The Scream. Not to be confused with my artistic phase, which many of my peers refer to as the cringe. Round one is history. Take a second to catch your breath. Oh, and remember, questions are worth twice as much in round two. Okay, back to business.
6 trombones is not a parade.
This one's called Watch Your Language Arts. So Netflix has this show, The End of the F***ing World. Apparently, you can say anything now if you just beep it out, which is totally f***ing with. Oop, sorry, my elbow slipped on the beep button. Anyway, name the poet who would describe the end of the f***ing world as a battle between fire and ice. Robert Percy William or Emily Dickinson. Let's see how that shook out. Robert Frost wrote the apocalyptic poem Fire and Ice. You know, I gotta hand it to him. He took the road less traveled by, and that has made all the f***ing difference.
Hey, question.
Binge Pipe now offers content surveys. Would you like a question about mom or a question about dad? Select your selection. And now, we'll fulfill our promise and deliver your content.
Je trouve Jerry Lewis sonnant légèrement amusant. 7.
There is no hiding from a question about dad. What dad joke would follow the opening line of Moby Dick? Hi Ahab, I'm dad. Hi Ishmael, I'm dad. Hi Queequeg, I'm dad. Or hi Starbuck, I'm dad. Okay, let's take a look. Next time, try this. The first line of Moby Dick is, "Call me Ishmael." And you can call me guy who didn't get past page 1.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of eight.
Why not try octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein?
Octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein. It's monster.
Called stupid by Aristotle. Octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein? So what'd you pick? What were you thinking there? Curious? Here it is. In Aristotle's History of Animals, he called the octopus a stupid creature. A little bad blood there. When he was a boy, an octopus used to call him stupid Aristotle. Up next, Johnny Cashed. If Johnny Cash had been more medically precise, he would have changed his iconic line to, "I shot a man in Reno," just to watch him emesis, watch him coagulate, watch him exsanguinate, or watch him extravasate. Hope you like what you picked. Why didn't you pick this? Exsanguination is the process of dying due to loss of blood. It kind of feels like falling into a burning ring of oxidation combustion.
Sabes que es lindo, yes, perritos.
It's time for Beethoven. You up? Which of these emoticons most resembles the repeat sign in sheet music? Colon greater than symbol vertical bar, colon close parenthesis, colon lowercase o vertical bar, or colon vertical bar. Let's see how that shook out. Like when my mom uses emoticons, this is wrong. I really wanted you to pick this one. Yep, that's what a repeat sign looks like. Although if you see this emoticon when chatting up someone, it usually means stop. It's time for the attack. When you see an answer that matches the category, tap it on your device. The faster you pick a right answer, the more cash you make. And more than one answer can be right. But each time you're wrong, I'm taking some cash away. And be careful. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Made by a beautiful partnership. Try to remember what things these duos produced. have it. Wow, that was as exciting as a one-person staring contest. Hey, quick question. If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, and also the tree has an embarrassing negative score, was this a huge waste of my time?
You don't know Jack!
Binge Pipe loves our users so much, we gave you this menu screen. As the next hot thing in streaming services, Binge Pipe is more than just the trivia hit You Don't Know Jack. It's also a deep well of content that we cannot legally guarantee you'll ever be able to access or interact with. Binge Pipe is pleased to bring back You Don't Know Jack. Binge Pipe, how can we monetize joy?
I'm Cookie Masterson, and if being lonely is a sin, well, then I'm going to hell. You? Thank you for playing alone. It makes Binge Pipe's targeted marketing much more effective. And we're off.
Time for question 1.
Let's start with the menu of your dreams. Suppose you're casually dating, but suddenly realize you want to get married. Where should you make a reservation if you want to propose in a restaurant named after a part of the brain that turns short-term memories into long-term memories? The amygdala deli, the cerebellum bistro, the peckish piriformis, or the hungry hippocampus? I love this part. Were you thinking this one? The hippocampus translates short-term memories and stores them for future reference. If you really want a meal to be memorable, may I suggest ordering something that will repeat on you?
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
This one's known as winter is chumming. You know how rich people sometimes say things about how they're gonna summer in the Hamptons or winter in Vail? Well, if you ask a North Pacific humpback whale how she'll be wintering, what might she say? Sweetheart, I'll be feeding in the Arctic. Darling, I'll be breeding in Hawaii. Peaches, I'll be feeding in Panama. Or Poochie, I'll be breeding in Antarctica. And how'd we do? In the winter months, North Pacific humpback whales migrate to the subtropical waters around Hawaii to Not to be crass, but it's a total blowhole fest.
Why don't we do it with free?
I call this one Kanye Intolerant. And get ready because it's time for Dis or Dat. I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one, I want you to tell me if it's a song by Kanye West or a brand of almond milk. Think fast, you'll only get a few seconds to pick between Kanye West or almond milk. Here it comes. Blue Diamond. Gold Digger. Silk. Amazing. So delicious. Waves. Dream. I wouldn't put this on your LinkedIn profile. Moving right along.
I don't need you anymore.
Coming up next, a nipple effect. Suppose I nickname my nipples the Duplass brothers. What should I call my shorter one? Mark, John, Jay, or Matt? Okay, let's take a look. Well, it's come to this. According to IMDb, Jay is 5'9" and Mark is 5'11". I went jogging the other day in a mesh top, so right now Jay and Mark look like they got the crap beat out of them. Let's try sparkling urine. About how many 12-ounce cans of LaCroix could my bladder hold at once? 1.7 cans of Pamplemousse, 4 cans of Cran Raspberry, 5.5 cans of Muir Pepino, or 8.2 cans of Pure. Okay, what'd you pick? The capacity of an adult bladder is about 600 milliliters, or 20.2 ounces, or 1.7 cans of delicious, delicious LaCroix. That explains why I'm peeing 47 times a day. Round 1 is over. You are taking the lead and are somehow also in last place. Oh, and by the way, all the cash in round 2 is doubled, in case you care about things like that. Okay, back at it.
6 trombones is not a parade.
Try this on for size. A totally relatable childhood memory. If you're playing football in the backyard and your dad yells, "Go deep," where's the best place you could run to impress him? Death Valley, the Malloy Deep, the Caspian Depression, or Mariana's Trench? Let's see how that shook out. Hey, did you hear the one about the wrong answer? Oh, what might have been. The Mariana Trench is the deepest spot on the planet at over 36,000 feet below sea level. Your dad better have a really good arm.
La vie est un canard. 7.
And now, winner, winner, chicken dancer. Say I want to tell someone to take the Greek L. What shape should I make on my forehead while dancing around like a doof? A sideways W, an upside down V, a backwards 3, or a lopsided triangle? And how do we do? You can't see it, but I'm stomping around and kicking my legs in the air. Aren't you humiliated? You all ready for this? The Greek equivalent of L, lambda, is represented by an upside-down V shape. The ancient Greeks actually had a fun victory dance of their own. They would take their conquered foes, stick them inside a hollow bronze bull statue placed over a bonfire until they were slowly baked alive from within. Hilarious.
Hey, question.
The algorithm demands your input. Would you like a question about feet or a question about faces? Choose your content. You have engaged with the process.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of 8.
Here we have a question about faces. In military terms, if you turned about face, you would turn 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees, or 360 degrees. Okay, let's take a look. To turn about face means to turn so you're facing the opposite way. And in military terms, I'm known as cannon fodder. How about this one? The finer things. Things get a little silly around here sometimes, which is why I like to look at serious works of art. Georges-Pierre Seurat's famous painting, A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jatte, is a classic example of pointillism featuring a tranquil scene in a park and... Wait a minute. Is that? What the... It couldn't be. There's a naked lady in this painting. There's a monkey on a leash, a man in a tree wearing a cape, or a clown. No, wait, 3 clowns. I love this part. A Sunday on Le Grand Jatte does feature a woman walking a monkey on a leash. I wish all classic paintings featured monkeys, but The Last Supper would be kind of a mess.
Sabes que es lindo, yes, perritos.
Here's one for you. Octopus Coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein?
Octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein. The doctor, that is.
Changes color, but always starts out green. Octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein? So what'd you pick? Any last words? Too late. Here's the answer that got away. Coffee beans start green, then usually turn red or yellow before becoming a very appetizing brown. Welcome to the attack. When you see an answer that matches the category... Oh, was I talking? Silly me. Here's your clue. Works every time. Let's see how frequently you can find a right answer. Good luck. That's the game! Well, that's certainly one way to win. Just like a pair of khakis in an empty closet, you are average, you are alone, and also... You don't know Jack!
If you like menu screens, you'll love...
From the swirling Bleacher Nebula, it's the Zeeple. Now let's hear it for your host, Argon Otto!
Hello, Zeeple! Welcome humans to an evening of laughter and lacerations! A first-timer! I love a fresh Goobledore. We know what to do with first-timers. With fame and fortune up for grabs, here we go! Hey there! Take a look at your device and you'll see our patented Google technology. Drag your finger around to aim at the practice target. Then let go to Zeeple. There you go! Hit it one more time to finish it off! Now, let's see how you do against something that fights back. Kill the human! Bomb. Grab it to temporarily boost your firepower. This crowd pays to see blood. Get to it. Like that and you'll be space debris. Looks like Earth could use a pick-me-up. Fling through this to open the health pack. Bring yourself to the health wheel to recharge. How refreshing! Okay, let's see what you can do. on my spine! All of these silver bucks are now yours! Ching ching, my clock ticks! But wait, look at what else you've won! There are more gauntlets ahead! What will Earth do? Stay tuned because the Seafood Dome is a rocket! They're going again! The time to Seafood is now! more. An electrosphere! Stun an enemy with it and they can't attack! So it comes down to this one final challenge! That's roughly $3 on Earth. But wait, there's more! The humans are just one gauntlet away from winning our grand prize. Will they keep going? Stay tuned, because you never know what might happen in the Zeeble Dome! They're going back for more! Let the party commence! disappoint these fans, are you? Money, money, money. But that's not all. You won our grand prize. A pointless death in the void of space. And how about all those Zubabas? Lucky. And thus concludes another week of sequel action. Join us next time and we'll prove that in space we can hear you scream.